All right now, gentlemen, all right now, gentlemen. Pay attention to the stuff we have here at hand. Look at Bessie right down there. Look at that head. Look at that shoulders. Look at the flanks there. Now, come on. Do I hear 35? 35. Where's your sporting blood, gentlemen? What are you going to bid? Are you going to bid 35? Do I hear 35? Now, come on. Are you all through at $30 with 4.5 gallons of rich milk per day? $30 once? $30 twice? Sold to Vint Bonner for $30 right over there. All right, now, come on, bring up the next item.
30 for Bessie and 300 for the herd, that right?
That's right. You sure do plan ahead, Vint.
What do you mean, plan ahead?
Oh, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, Vint, when you're, planning a little one.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm buying this herd for my boss, Sam Griffiths. I'm taking him back to the Double G tomorrow.
Oh, so you were just acting for Sam Griffith, huh?
Of course I was.
Now, Vint, look, I've known you a long time. There's no need to keep things secret. When a man's time comes, it just comes, doesn't it?
What do you mean, when a man's time comes?
Oh, you don't have to fool me. Now, come on. Congratulations, Vint.
Come on, Bessie.
Hear the news, Jonah?
Yeah, Vint Bonner finally got a hook.
What are you talking about?
Just a minute, mister, till I make this move. There, that'll hold you, Jonah. What do you want, Sonny?
Look, I just asked you.
Wait a minute, wait. My move here. Now, what do you want to know?
I want to know about whatever this getting hooked means.
You're Bonner, ain't you?
Yes, I'm Bonner.
Well, we all got to go sometime.
Got to go where?
I don't mind him. That's just Jonah's way of saying congratulations.
Yeah, but congratulations on what?
When you got to jump, you got to take it. That's the rule.
All right, I know the rules.
Well, act like he did. Go on, take that jump.
Wait just a minute. I want to know about this getting hooked.
Just like Grant took Richmond. Congratulations, Bonner. You got what you went after, and she's a beauty.
She's a beauty. Oh, yeah. You mean the auction? Yeah, she's one of the nicest cows I've seen in a long time.
Cow?
Yeah. Sure hope she doesn't lose too much butterfat on that 100-mile walk back to the ranch.
Butterfat? He ain't gonna let that little girl walk 100 miles, is he?
Butterfat?
Hello there, Quint.
Hello, Bonner. If you're here about a news item, you're too late for this week's paper.
I'm not interested in any news item. I just dropped by to say hello and maybe pick up my mail if I've got any.
There's nothing here. Some letters went out for you in the post this morning. 6 letters, to be exact.
6 letters? Now, what 6 people in Powder Creek would be writing me?
Not 6. Just one, the same one. As if you didn't know. Writing you every day, like she's been doing all summer.
She? What are you talking about?
Now, look, I'm postmaster here, so you can spare me that blank look. What do you want? Congratulations? All right, congratulations. I wish you two a very happy marriage. Now, get out of here. I got a paper to get out.
No, Quint, wait a minute. What's wrong with everybody in this town? Are they eating loco weed or something? I haven't had 2 letters in 6 months.
I am in no mood for playing games with you. Now, get out of my way. I got work to do. Oh, excuse me, Doc. You'll find your mail in the lower bin.
What's your hurry? Vint Bonner. You know that you have a lot of well-wishers in Powder Creek, and I think it's high time you were putting down some roots. And Helen Rockwood is a lovely girl.
Helen Rockwood?
You just can't believe your good luck, huh?
Well, what's it all about, Doc?
Vint, this is a small town. Folks just sort of come down here and hang around while Quint sorts the mail. And a pretty girl like Helen ripping open your letters like she couldn't wait another minute. Smiling and blushing over them.
Excuse me, Doc.
Glad to see you.
Somebody might see us.
Oh, darling, who cares?
I care for one.
You've got a right.
Well,
You've got a right.
He?
Oh, Vint, I honestly think you're embarrassed.
Yeah, well, I'm embarrassed. I'm plenty embarrassed. Now, look, Helen, everybody that knows me knows I'm a loner.
What's a loner?
Well, a loner's a fellow who goes his own way alone. Well, not that I haven't thought of being married sometime, but not now, and not on the strength of some letters that I didn't write.
Oh, don't be shy, darling. They were such wonderful letters. I got 3 of them just this morning. That's what I was doing when you wrote up.
Yeah, well, what, writing letters?
Oh, no, reading yours. And rereading them and learning them by heart.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a pleasant surprise, darling. Why didn't you tell me you were coming?
Is your aunt home?
Aunt Minnie, no.
Yeah.
She went to town. We needed some things from the store.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I should have met her. I wish I had.
Here they are, darling. Oh, but she'll be back any minute. Let's not waste any of these precious minutes together. Then even with all these wonderful letters, there's so many things I want to ask you. I want to know all about your childhood.
Yeah.
I want to know all about your folks. I want to know...
Yeah, well, I better leave.
Leave?
Yeah, well, it just isn't right. Here we are in this house alone, you know.
Vint, that's just like you. You're everything that's fine and honorable.
I am, huh?
You remind me of those nights I used to read about when I was a little girl.
I do?
Oh, Vint, let's really get to know each other.
No, Helen. Look, Helen. Now, look, I'm just an ordinary run-of-the-mill cowpoke. You built the man out of your imagination, out of a bunch of fairy tale books and a mess of mushy letters. Now, how many times have I seen you in the last 4 or 5 years? A couple of times, maybe.
You danced with me at the Crocker's barn raising.
Yeah, I danced with you one time. The one dance you didn't dance with Quint. Now, Helen, that's how I think of you, as a pretty girl. You're a very pretty girl. As a matter of fact, you're one of the prettiest girls in town. But...
Oh, sweetheart. Now who's building romantic dreams out of nothing? Your eyes are like the blue of a mountain pool with the sun shining on it. And your hair is like spun gold. Oh, now, Vint, look at my eyes. They're not blue at all. They're greenish gray.
Yeah, they are.
And feel my hair. Now, that's not spun gold. It's just hair.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? But Helen, we've got some things to talk about. Now, I've thought about marriage, and you're a pretty girl, and I'm no wooden cigar store Indian, that's a fact. But even if I'd thought about marriage, you're Quint Todd's girl, and he's a friend of mine.
I am not.
Well, you two were always together.
Oh, Vint, I was a child when Quint first started calling on me. I mean, he's nice enough looking, and he's intelligent.
Well, he's just a prince, that's all. He's one of the nicest fellows I ever saw, that's all.
Oh, he's not my prince. You are. Oh.
Helen. Look, Helen. Now, your Aunt Minnie raised you. She ought to know you. She ought to know you very well. And she's on Quint's side, isn't she?
Well, she did say that I was taking your letters a little too seriously. But now, Vint, Aunt Minnie's a very sweet person, but, well, she doesn't know anything about men at all. I mean, for 5 years, Quint has been taking me to hay rides and church socials and barn dances and things, just because he didn't have anybody else to take. And never once did he say anything like you said in your last letter. Oh, say it to me now, darling. I want to hear it in your own voice.
Listen, will you forget those letters? I'm still talking about old Quint. Now, I saw him this morning. He put every cent he had into that newspaper he's got. Every cent his father left him. I saw him ink up to his elbows, working like a dog. Now, a man can have a lot of poetry inside him, but he just hasn't got a chance to say it.
You said them. He didn't, but you did. Your waist is so small a man could span it with one hand. Oh, now, Vint, look at my waist. It's small, but it isn't that small.
Helen, I'm going back to town. Maybe I'll run into your aunt along the way. I hope I do. Because I've got something to say to her.
Oh, I can answer for her. The answer is yes.
You keep talking about those letters. Get me a paper and pen. I want to write you something.
Don't write it. Say it. Oh, you don't even have to say it.
Get 'em?
Oh, funny, Vint. Masterful, Vint. All right. I'll get them. But first... Oh! Oh! Darling, are you all right?
I'm all right.
Vint Bonner. I heard in town you were here, but...
I'm here.
So I see. You know, your little trip to Powder Creek kind of surprised everybody. We thought you were clear up Black Rock way, working for Sam Griffith. Oh, Helen, will you take these things
Yeah,
upstairs?
Helen, would you take those things upstairs? I want to talk to your aunt.
I'll see you later, dear.
Yes.
My, you're looking fine, Vint. Real fine.
Likewise.
Oh, what are you trying to do? Flatter an old woman? Well, now that you're here, we are going to hold on to you. My goodness, if I lay out money for a room in town, we'll just air out the spare bedroom and...
Auntie, the jig's up.
Up?
Up.
Oh, you know. Did you tell Helen?
No.
You going to?
No. You're going to.
She's a lovely girl, a real warm-hearted, fine girl. But the pretty looks, that's just the outer wrappings, like the husks on corn.
The outer wrappings are fine. Helen's a beauty.
Can't you understand? I just couldn't see her a-peeking and a-pining for Quint Todd, losing her youth, turning into a frosty old maid like me.
Minnie, how old is Helen anyway?
23 her next birthday. But a woman loses a bloom fast when she's got a lot of love to give and nobody to give it to. My sweetheart was killed at Shiloh.
There are plenty of marriage-minded men around, and she could have her pick of the lot of them.
But it's not just any marriage I want for her, Vint. It's a happy marriage. Well, I want a man for Helen who'll be... Well, the fact is, Quint Todd's right for her. That's all I aim to do. Bring Quint to the boiling point, as it were.
Well, that's fine. That's just fine. But did you have to fry me on a hot griddle to do it?
Well, first off, Vint, I never knew you were coming to Powder Creek.
Oh.
Leastways, not until Quint and Helen were safely married.
Well, I'm in Powder Creek, and I'm in trouble. Minnie, how in the world did you ever figure this scheme out in the first place?
You know, it really wasn't too difficult. I've got a sister living over to Black Rock, right near the Double G. She's the postmistress. Well, anyway, she'd mail Helen's letters to you, back to me. And then
I've got it. Well, you must see that Helen's got to be told. And right now.
Oh, I suppose so.
You suppose so?
Well, I know it.
Only what?
Well, Quint showed signs of being shook up by those letters.
Well, Quint's got company. I'm a little shook up myself.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised, but the sight of the two of you together might be just the thing that would...
Minnie.
No?
No.
Not even for the little while you're in town?
Not even for 10 minutes.
Oh, all right, Vint. I'll tell Helen the whole truth. But it'll be a terrible blow to her.
Oh, nonsense, Minnie. She doesn't even know me. That paper-writing, cologne-smelling doll you invented, a real man could take his place in her dreams just like that.
Well, must I tell everybody in town? Does Quint have to know, too?
Well, just keep it among the three of us.
But everybody's expecting a wedding, and with you showing up
Well,
in Powder
cheer
Creek
up. I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh, well, what'll she tell people?
Well, just let her say that she got a second look at me and she found out that we weren't fitted for each other.
Oh, nobody'd believe that.
Of course they will.
Never, never in the world. Why do you suppose I chose you to make Quint Todd jealous? You're a fine figure of a man, Vint Bonner.
Well,
a great catch.
Well, that's fine. You just tell Helen and I'll be on my way.
Well, aren't you even going to say goodbye to her?
No, Minnie. It's much better this way.
Well, no hard feelings.
No. No hard feelings. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Vint.
Hello, Vint.
Hello, Quint.
I'm glad I caught you. I want to apologize for my behavior this morning.
No apology necessary.
I came to a decision this morning. I'm selling the newspaper and pulling up stakes here. Well, once again, the very best to you and Helen.
Now look, Quint. You can't just go off and sell your newspaper, not until after you've run the news of Helen's marriage. Why don't you stay here a minute? I've got an idea. Aunt Minnie, come over here.
Yes, Vint.
Have you talked to Helen yet?
No, not yet.
Good, I've got a better idea. Look, I have to go to town about an hour on business. I'll be back. In the meantime, why don't you pack us a lunch while my fiancé entertains Quint here?
Picnic lunch? I'd be glad to.
Sure, I thought the three of us, Quint and I and Helen, would go up to Willow Glen, have a little picnic.
Vint, that's very nice. You don't want me tagging along.
Oh, sure I do.
But you just got here. You and Helen haven't seen each other for a year.
Oh, we've got a lot of time to talk about things. A lot of time.
Well, hello, Quint.
Hello, Helen.
Helen, Aunt Minnie's going to fix us up a picnic lunch. We're going to ride out to Willow Glen. Just the three of us.
The three of us.
Sure. You and me and old Quint here. He wants to write something about the wedding, so I thought he might as well come along and work it out.
Oh, well, Vint, I could write the story up and give it to Quint later once we've made all our plans.
Now, you listen to me, you cute little heifer. We're getting married tomorrow, quick and easy.
Tomorrow?
Sam wants me back at the ranch at the end of the week.
But I don't know if
I'll go fix the lunch.
Now, look, I've got to go to town about something. Now, tell you what. I'll meet you two at Willow Glen in exactly 2 hours. How's that?
Oh, but I don't know if that would look right.
Now, save it, will you, honey bunch? I'm late now.
You two planning to live up at the Double G?
I don't know. I guess so. But I mean, well, that depends on Vint. It doesn't really matter where we live, as long as we're together. Well, excuse me, Quint. I'd better go help Aunt Minnie with the lunch.
Old-timers in Powder Creek, there's only one really has the right to say, I belong here. His name now is George Washington Smith. When I met him first, it was running elk. How many kids you got now?
11.
George Washington, how would you like to own a first-class milk cow?
Always get sleepy right after I eat. Lose my appetite, too. What time is it?
10 minutes later than the last time you asked me.
Oh. Well, like I was saying, they don't have any accommodations for married folks out the Double G, so I guess she'll have to stay with her Aunt Minnie a while longer.
Well, wouldn't Mr. Griffith let you build a cabin for us?
No. You know, you are the cutest little heifer.
Vint, don't call me that.
Helen likes that highfalutin talk like hair like spun gold. Well, don't you worry, honey. When I get back to the ranch, I'll write you letters just full of that high-class talk.
But a cowboy that's got a wife to worry about just ain't worth his salt.
Bonner, if that's the way you feel about it, why are you getting married?
Well, just love this little heifer. Can't live without her.
Well, if you love her, you got a funny way of showing it. You're not even ready to make a home for her. Before I felt I had the right to ask a girl to marry me, well, Helen deserves the best. She deserves a nice home, and she ought never to have to scrimp or worry about money.
Money and the things that money can buy are not important to a girl like me. I guess you just don't understand anything at all about me, do you, Quint?
I don't. Well, I know your hair isn't spun gold.
Oh, it isn't.
It certainly is not. Gold is hard and cold and dead. And your hair is... It's like the feathers on a bird. On a beautiful yellow bird. Bonner, can I talk to you a minute alone?
It's funny. I was just gonna say the same thing to you. I'll be back in a minute. You cute little heifer.
All right, what do you want to say to me?
What time is it?
It's 4 o'clock. Now listen, Vint. I'm going to get a few $100s for the newspaper. I want you to take it and make a nice home for Helen here in Powder Creek.
Now, what would you give me the only money you've got in the world for? I don't think you even like me.
You're right. I don't. I think you're acting like a darn fool. But I happen to love Helen. Of course, I never felt I could tell her that before. And now she belongs to you. Will you listen to me, you big bonehead, when I'm talking to you? Don't worry, darling. I won't let him hurt you. Will you stop playing like a jackass? Come here and take care of Helen. I'll see if I can hold him off.
Hold it. That's only George Washington Smith and his family.
George Washington Smith?
They're having a big celebration out on the reservation. I ran into him in town.
Scared me to death.
Well, I hope I'm not marrying me a wife that's gonna spook at a mouse or some tame Indians.
You're not marrying me, then.
I'm not? Well, no, look, I was just joshing.
No, it was Quint that I ran to when I was silly enough to lose my head over that bunch of tame Indians.
Yeah, it's a fact. I wonder why I was right here.
I know why. 'Cause I'm in love with Quint. I guess I always have been. I'm sorry that I led you on, Vint. I was lonely and my pride was hurt because I didn't think that Quint cared about me.
Cared about you? With all my heart.
Oh, darling.
Oh. Well, I wonder if you'd do something for me to kind of soften the blow.
Hold the wedding this week. I'd like to come.
I thought you had to leave tomorrow.
Well, I did, but I changed my plans. I'm going to stay over for the next cattle auction. I got to buy me a milk cow. Much obliged. Hair like the feathers of a yellow bird. Wasn't that?